Hello friend, in this video I am going to talk about circular queue using an array. This is the program and this is the output of the program that has already been generated, and I have prepared an Excel file. In this Excel file I would demonstrate how the program is going to work. So as we run the program, we get to see the output of the while loop that is present inside the main function, where it asks me to press 1 for insert. In this video I am going to talk about the push function. So as a result I will press 1 over here and I am yet to hit the enter. The moment I do this, the value 1 goes to the choice, and then the choice will be compared with the switch, whereby case 1 is being true and then the insert function is being called. So let's move to the insert function, and here comes the body of the insert function. But before we start the insert function, let me tell you that there are a couple of two variables which are globally declared. One is front and the other one is rear. And the same thing I did in the Excel file as well. There is a front and the rear which has been initialized with -1. The reason of doing so is, as we know that when we insert any value into the array, before doing so we always go for the comparison whether the size of the array is not full. If it is so, then the insertion will be restricted, or else first the counter will be incremented and then at the place where the counter point the value will be added over there. Then same thing is done over here as well. So let's imagine that I hit my enter button over here and the 1 is been inserted, and then the if condition is compared. The if condition says that if front equals to 0 and rear equals to max -1, or if front equals to rear plus 1. None of these two condition is true because both front and rear are at the -1 position. Hence the if condition is not evaluated true. Now it comes to the next if condition, which says that if front equals to -1, and this condition is true because the if which is front is still at the -1 position, and if this condition is true, in that case front and rear both will be initialized to 0. So let's assume that these two variables will then be transferred into the 0th position. So right now they are right over here, and the control turns out of the if statement. The else part does not get executed, and then we see this particular printf statement. So let me hit the enter over here, and the control is right over here, so it is waiting for the user to give input. So the moment I will give 11 and I hit the enter, the 11 goes into the variable, and then this is the name of the array, and the rear is pointing at the 0th position, there where the item will be added. So let's imagine that the 11 is inserted right over here. So once I do so, the moment I hit the enter, the control will get back to the function from where it was been called. So it get back to the function again, and again we go for the press 1. So again the insert function is been called. So let's continue with pressing with insert function once again to see how the control looks like now. So the moment I do so, the control comes over here. The if statement of the first condition is evaluated, which is not true because front is in the 0th position, but rear is not in the max -1. It is also in the 0th position, and neither front and rear both are at the same position. So this condition is not true. We come to the second if condition. It is also not true. So the second if condition will be executed only once for the first time, and not after that, until the front comes to the -1 position once again. So it comes to the else part, and in the else part the first if condition is checked where r rear equals to max -1. The condition is also not true because max -1 would have been 4. The else part is now being evaluated true. The rear equals to rear plus 1. So it says that the variable rear, where the r is no longer going to stay along with the front, rather it will be shifted to the position number 1. So here comes the r, and there where the value will be inserted. So the new element which I provide will be inserted in the second column. So here let the value be inserted, and once I do this, again if I press the insert button, the moment I do so, again the same thing happens. The control is been called. This if statement is not evaluated to true. This if statement neither evaluated to true. This if statement is also not evaluated to true. Rather the last statement is evaluated true. So in this way it will continue to do so. So let me do over here. So this particular variable will be shifted to the next column, and this process continues till we get to the last value of the array. So again if I give the insert condition that I want to insert, again it will ask me to enter the number, and again the same thing happening. So rear equals to rear plus 1. This condition has been evaluated. So the r is again shifted, and this process will continue one more time. So here I have given the value 44, and now if I continue to do so once again, it will ask me to enter the number. So if I hit the enter, it will ask me to continue with it, and I press one more time the insert function. In this case what happened? In this case, the front equals to rear. This is also not true. This is also not true. This is also not true, because the rear is equals to max minus 1. This is yet to be so, because the rear is at this position, so the rear will be incremented. So the rear comes from here to the last position. So this is the last time the insertion is taking place over here, and so if I give the input over here as 55, this input is also validated. So here comes the input 55. Now if again I try to insert the value over here, so press 1 if I insert the value over here, this time what happened? The queue is overflow, because the control comes over here, the front is at the 0th position, the condition is true, and max equal r rear equals to max minus 1, this is also condition is true. So this part of the statement now is get to be true. It does not wait for this particular statement, because any of the condition is true, it will be executed since it's the OR operator. So the particular statement is displayed over here. So this part will be evaluated once we go for the deletion operation, and since we did not do any kind of deletion, so this particular OR condition is not evaluated, rather this is the condition that got evaluated. So we saw, so this condition, and along with that this part is also going to be executed if rear equals to max minus 1. So rear equals to max minus 1, since this particular condition got true, so the control got terminated over here, because both of these condition is true. But in case if we have gone for the deletion, in that case the front would have shifted one more state over here. In that case, this particular condition, which is a single condition, would be then evaluated true. But at this point of time, both this condition is true, so this particular condition got executed, and this if condition didn't get the chance to be executed. So this is how the push function of the circular queue looks like. In my next video, I will talk about the pop function of the circular queue. Until then, thank you.